Hey everybody, this is Pastor Greg. It is so good to connect with you again here in this space, here in this place. I just want to shout out everybody across the world because we have so many people that are just engaging with us from different countries, and it is exciting to know that you are here, knowing that you are being inspired, and know that you are being empowered. At the same time, I want to shout out everyone that's here in the New York and New Jersey area. If you are here in this area, we want to see your face in the place. We want to hug you. We want to see your smile. We want to feel your vibration. Our doors open at 10:30 a.m. every Sunday morning, and we start promptly at 11 a.m. So make a plan to be here with us next Sunday. I also want to just thank everyone again for your giving, for how you're showing up. It is just so beautiful to feel your love and to feel your joy through your giving and through the love that you're giving us all throughout social media. We are now going to get into a brand new message series. I'm excited about it. I hope you enjoy it, and we want to hear more from you as you are listening and learning and being inspired. Let's get to the message. There is a master plan. We don't see it in the moment. We can't. But when you step back from it, you realize all of these things, the good and the bad, the happy and the sad, each and every moment had a purpose. It's part of a greater plan. Yes, yes. Behind it. Good morning, Celebration Spiritual Center. How's everybody feeling? Beautiful, beautiful. It's so good to see your faces. It is so good to be here with you. And so as I've shared for our series, Why We Sing, we're going to take a few songs and dig a little deeper. Now, the beautiful thing that I love about being a songwriter is that a song is a sermon in and of itself. We heard that song, and it's already ministered to us. And so I'm just going to take a little piece of the song and talk a little bit from another vantage point from the topic, Are We There Yet? So as I was thinking about this song, the opening line, I say, I've lived long enough to know that I can fly, to hold a goal in mind and watch it come to life. That I've come to the point in my life where I've learned how to set certain goals and make it happen. I've learned how to manifest certain things and bring certain things into existence, and that feels powerful, right? Do you like getting results in your life? Have you gotten to the point where you've learned how to manifest or create certain things in your life, that you can set a goal, sometimes through your physical will or your spiritual will? We won't talk about which one it was, but you were able to set a goal and bring forth something in your life. You like that, right? You like achieving, right? Do you like manifesting things in your life? Yes, yes, right? We all do. And so, last week in one of my announcements, I told you that I'm starting my own personal journey, 90 Days to Greatness, and I was just really fascinated by the fact that there are less than 100 days left in the year. Actually, as of today, there are 87 days left in 2014. It's pretty interesting. And so that can be a cause for motivation. For me, I got excited and I said, I want to take the last 90 days of this year and do something great with my life. But at the same time, we can look at that and we can say, oh my God, there's only 87 days in a year, and what did I create or what didn't I create? Or these goals that I have, I'm not achieving, or I thought I would be at a different point in my life. I'm 30 now, I'm 35 now, I'm 40, I'm 50, whatever age I may be, and I don't feel like a success, or I'm not where I want to be. Have you ever found yourself saying to yourself or to life or to God or to the universe, as you have these goals, these things that you want to achieve, are we there yet? Have you ever felt like, okay, I'm in this process, I'm in this journey, and I've set certain goals, and I maybe have been coming here to CSC and learning how to hold those goals differently or to achieve certain things in a new way, but I'm a little frustrated because right now I don't see anything happening, and I just want to know, am I there yet? Has anybody ever felt that sense? Are you feeling it right now? Anybody in the room? Beautiful. And so this is what we're going to talk about, because we have the song Behind It All, that there's something that we cannot see. Behind it all, there's a purpose that I cannot see. And then we recognize that we're not alone. But when we're in the midst of it, again, we can't see it. So that's what then sparks this question that we're like, okay, are we there yet? Or what's up? What's going on? You know, I'm waiting for this thing. I'm waiting for this relationship. I'm waiting for this financial situation to change. I'm waiting to clear this debt, and I expected it to be cleared by now. Are we there yet? What's going on, right? And what I've come to know and understand, and we talk about here a lot at CSC, is that nature is one of our greatest teachers. Yes, yes? If you want to understand the Creator, look at its creation. And so as I thought about that, my mind went to bamboo. Anybody know much about bamboo? Bamboo is a beautiful plant. It's a powerful plant. And I just want to shed light on a couple of highlights of bamboo, this wonderful plant that's here on the earth. Now, first of all, bamboo, it's part of the grass family, which is interesting. We don't really consider bamboo to be grass. It's also one of the fastest growing plants on earth. So fast, in fact, that certain varieties of bamboo can grow 98 inches or over 8 feet in 24 hours. Bamboo. Bamboo is used for building materials. It's used as a food source. It's great. I love when I get my Thai food. It has bamboo shoots in it. It's wonderful, right? Gorillas eat bamboo. Pandas eat bamboo. Elephants eat bamboo. It's also versatile as a raw product. One of the things that's interesting about bamboo, it has a higher compressive strength than wood, brick, or concrete. And it has a tensile strength, the way it can stretch, that rivals steel. You know, we can melt steel, and steel is, of course, very strong. Bamboo rivals steel, this thing that grows naturally on the earth. And then what's interesting about bamboo is that it has what's known as a rhizome system, a mass of roots. And this root system is what supports its enormous growth. We know what that actually looks like. If you know what a piece of ginger looks like, that's a rhizome. Ginger is the root. And so underneath all of the bamboo that we see that's sprouting up, that's growing so fast in 24 hours, is this rhizome system that looks just like ginger, right? Now, what's interesting about this enormous growth with bamboo, one of the other things that's the best part, is that this enormous growth, this possibility of growing over 8 feet in 24 hours, does not happen until the 5th year of its life. Year 1, year 2, year 3, and year 4 is just a little nub sticking out of the ground. And so this is why I say that nature is one of our greatest teachers, because so often in our life, we're asking God, we're asking ourselves, we're asking the universe, are we there yet? But what I want you to think about is you could remind yourself that maybe I'm just like that bamboo tree. That maybe I'm in year 1 through 4 of my life, of my process, of this thing that I'm seeking to create. But what I know to be true, just as nature teaches us in the form of bamboo, that I can get to my 5th year and grow over 8 feet in 24 hours. It's powerful, isn't it? Oh my God. And so what would happen if we began to speak to ourselves when we hear that voice that says, are we there yet? When we hear that voice that begins to get frustrated and say to yourself, self, you like bamboo. Self, you might just be in year 1. You might be in year 2, 3, or 4. But in year 5, you can grow over 8 feet in 24 hours. Self, you're like bamboo. This is where we go. I'm thinking about a message a few weeks ago when we were talking about the masculine and feminine and recognizing that your inner masculine has to speak to your inner feminine, and that's how you then create in the world. And so you take that inner masculine within yourself and begin to speak from that place and say, I am just like bamboo. Remind yourself that you are just like bamboo. Remind yourself that bamboo is the microcosm to your macrocosm. You are just like bamboo. And so why is that beneficial? Why is that important? Well, I want to talk a little bit about the roots. What's happening in year 1 through 4? Roots are very important. This rhizome system that the bamboo creates, that is a thing that supports its ability to grow enormously in that amount of time. Excuse me. Roots. The first thing about roots is that roots are how plants are fed and nourished. And I think that's interesting, right? Because if we think about this time when we're not there yet, if you begin to remind yourself that you're like bamboo, then you can say, oh, I'm being fed and nourished right now. oh, what's going on here, I'm in my own world, in this metaphor, I'm in year 1 through 4 in my life, and I'm being nourished right now, I'm being fed. There's something that I'm getting here now that I will need, that will support me in my greater journey. And for me, it reminds me that I think this idea is opposite of the idea of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I've always had an issue with that, personally. Because to me, it's an agreement with pain. It's an agreement saying that, right, well, you got to go through some things that really suck. But if you don't die, you'll be all right. Really? Really? But what I come to understand is that if we look at it from the place at the life of bamboo and compare ourselves to the bamboo plant, then we understand that actually what's happening in year 1 through 4, it's not about a painful experience that doesn't kill us, but actually it's a nourishing experience that's feeding us. And so then if we understand that roots are how plants are fed and nourished, then we also understand that this is a loving process. And if you don't feel love in the process, then you might not be creating the foundation that you really desire for the life that you desire. There's a litmus test. Think about that for a second. If it doesn't feel loving, if you're not being fed and nourished in the process, then what you're creating may not actually be beneficial or constructive to your life. That's heavy. But we go on. Roots are what allow plants to stand tall and strong. And we know that, right? So think about it. As you're in this process of year 1 through 4 to get to this amazing year 5 where you can grow beyond belief, in the early stages in this process, what you're doing is you're making room for your good. You're clearing out the space for your good. We're not going to sing that song this month, I don't think. I make room for God. But I remember when I wrote that song, I was literally clearing out the space in my apartment because I needed to get rid of clutter and I needed to clear my mind mentally and physically. And as I began to do that and I felt an openness in my life and in my environment, then the song came, I make room for God, I make room for God, clearing out a space so God can move through me, clearing out a space so God can speak through me, clearing out a space so God can love through me. I make room for God. And so this is what we're doing many times when we're going through our situations, circumstances, or difficulties. What may be happening is that you're developing the root system that is encouraging you to clear out the space for your good, because there's certain things that just cannot stand in the same place with your greatness. There's certain things that just cannot stand in the same place with you as your worthy self, knowing that you're worthy. There's certain things that cannot stand in the same place with you, knowing that peace is your birthright and you shall have peace and ease and peace of mind in every area of your life. The other part of this, and this is beautifully important, the roots are what allow a plant to stand tall and strong. Because what that's also about is being able to hold what you manifest. Because we've all experienced things. We've had jobs, we've had money, we've had relationships that seemed like the perfect thing, but then all of a sudden it fizzled away. Have you ever experienced that? It's kind of like, well, what happened? I don't understand. Now, if we look at it from the point of vibration, and we talk about law of attraction a lot here, we understand that we attract everything unto us as we are, that we can only attract what we are a vibrational match for. And many times we attract the perfect relationship. However, our vibration is fear. Our vibration is actually, I can attract who and what I want, that relationship that I want, but it never lasts. And so because that's our vibration, what we really believe deep down inside is that it never lasts. We have that relationship, the person is perfect, and then something happens to mess it all up, right? And so what we understand is that in this way, if we're allowing our roots to be developed, the roots that allow us to stand tall and strong, then we will know and understand that, oh wait, I have a fearful vibration going on here, that I actually have a belief that the good never lasts. Or better yet, I have a belief that when the good comes, something always shows up to mess it up. And so when you're in this place of creating your roots and creating your foundation, you can begin to clean up those beliefs. Clean up those thoughts so that when the relationship comes, it will be sustained. by the roots, not by you, not by what you're doing, not by trying to make it work and do all of these different things to keep that person there. No, because you recognize that you have a foundation on which you're standing behind it all. That's the thing that's going to sustain that relationship. That's the thing that's going to sustain that new level of income. That's the thing that's going to sustain the new successes in your life. You want to have a firm foundation for the love, the wealth, and the career that you desire to attract. So again, we say that the roots are how plants are fed and nourished. The roots are what allow a plant to stand tall and strong. And finally, this is what I love. The roots continue to work in the background and in the unseen. Why is this important? Because then this means that you will continue to experience growth and expansion, right? Because now you have this firm foundation. Now you have this thing that's constantly feeding you. Now you have this thing that's constantly nourishing you. And this is what allows you, as the bamboo plant in your life, of your life, to then have this exponential growth, to just grow in 24 hours, over 8 feet. It reminds me also, when we think about this idea behind it all, when we think of the fact that the root system is something that we don't see, it reminds me of something that the old saints, when I was growing up in church, used to talk about. They would testify and thank God for keeping me from danger seen and unseen. And then, I thought that was just some silly churchy thing that folk used to say, right? I didn't understand it. I didn't appreciate it. But what I understand now is that there's a couple things that happen. That when your root system is developed, there are certain things that cannot even enter your experience because your root system is set. It's clear. Your point of attraction is set and it's clear. So the danger seen and unseen, it's not even going to come into your experience. There's just certain things that won't happen in your life, right? And because the root system is your point of attraction, it is your vibration. And so then it's always working on your behalf, when you're awake or when you're asleep. And so you don't have to worry. Once you've established that vibration, once you've established that place of joy as your birthright and joy as your objective, and you have established and created that belief that you know that things always work out for you, then you're not really concerned about how the things come, right? Or what it looks like in the outer world. I shared in the song all of these different experiences, from the birth of my child to losing my home and being homeless, to falling in love, to falling out of love. But what I've understood is that I've come through the valley and come out whole again. I will always be whole. I was whole before I went through the valley, and I'll be whole when I come out of the valley, because of this root system that continues to work in the background, in the unseen. So finally, what does bamboo teach us? It teaches us a couple things. One, that there's no such thing as an overnight success. Yes? We hear that thrown around all the time, particularly with celebrities and entertainers and musicians, etc. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Now, it looks like it if you only came in the life of that bamboo tree in year 5. Like, oh my God, bamboo is off the hook. Right? Bamboo just grows 8 feet in 24 hours. But you had no experience or knowledge of the year 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, when that bamboo was digging its roots down in and getting fed and nourished, when that bamboo was building up its strength, when that bamboo was building up its point of attraction to become this great, grand, beautiful variety of grass that we use for all of these different things, to develop the strength to rival steel, to develop the strength to rival brick, to develop the strength to rival concrete. But so often we arrive at year 5 in people's lives and we're like, oh my God, they're so amazing. And we know nothing about year 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's the foundation right there, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then also bamboo teaches us that there is such thing as an overnight manifestation, but we understand that it was a process. Anything can happen. Any miracle can happen right now. People are healed instantly, right? And we wonder why. And so we think, oh, well, there was no process there. There was a pattern of belief that was created, even if it was within 24 seconds. There was a process that can be documented. Thought, we're going to preach on this later, but thought with emotion plus expectation, either desire or belief, equals manifestation. That can happen over a year's time, that can happen in several seconds, but it's always a process. There's always a root system that is created. But we recognize that we have the possibility to grow at a rapid pace and transform at a rapid pace if we first develop the root system. So it's not that a miracle of growing over 8 feet in 24 hours is not possible, but it's possible with the process. Know that. That's important, right? Because some of us need a financial miracle. Some of us need a miracle in our relationships. Some of us need a miracle in our career. Some of us need a miracle in our families. Some of us need a miracle in our neighborhoods. Some of us just need a miracle in our mind or in our way of thinking, right? It's all possible. But how? We have to develop this root system. We're using the metaphor of years 1 through 5 for the bamboo. It doesn't have to take 5 years for you to create what you want. Please hear that. I'm not saying that. Please hear that. We're simply saying that there must be a root. And that root, the formula, is thought with emotion, plus your desire or belief, expectation, that equals the manifestation. That's the formula, right? But you got to build that root system. And so that thought with emotion, right, if you don't believe you're worthy, then you're going to have to work on that to develop a way of thinking that you get excited about your worthiness. Last week we talked about not being special, but that we're essential. Another way to simply say it is that you're important. But you got to get excited about that first before then you can attract the relationship that you want. Otherwise, you're looking for someone else to tell you you're important. It doesn't work like that. You're looking for someone else to tell you that you're essential. It doesn't work like that, because as soon as they snatch away their belief about you being essential, their belief about you being worthy or lovable, when that's gone, then what do you have? Now it's empty, right? I don't want somebody to tell me that I'm wealthy. I don't want somebody to tell me that I'm deserving of X amount of dollars. I need to know it for myself. Then when I create it, I can sustain it. So important. And so the song says, behind it all, there is a master plan. Behind it all, you were holding my hand. Behind it all, there was a purpose I could not see. I thought I was alone, but you were there behind it all. That's the root system we're talking about. In the case of bamboo, it takes 4 years for it to develop that root system. But what's so powerful about it is when it gets to year 5, it does amazing things. And that is my desire for each and every one of you. That is my desire for your life, that you will do amazing things. Build up your root system. Don't worry about what somebody else is doing either, because that's the other thing we do, right? We compare ourselves. We see somebody else experiencing the year 5 miracle of their life, and it's like, oh, but we're the same age, and and, I should be doing what they're doing. Teddy Roosevelt says that comparison is the thief of joy. So this is why we don't compare. This is why we don't look at what somebody else is doing. We don't know what chapter they're in, the story they're in. But what we can know when we understand how creation happens, we know that if we see them doing something amazing in life, we know what they've done. We know, oh, there's a root system there. Well, let me go work on my root system. That inspires me to do that. Because we recognize that there is something behind it all. On that, let's stand. Oh, I love you all immensely. I love your joy. I love your possibility. I love your eagerness. I love your desire to create the life that you desire. I love your desire to create a life that is fulfilling. I love the voice of God within you that is seeking to be more, that is seeking to express itself as more. I love the miracle that you are. Mother, Father, God, we stand here now recognizing that we are miracles. As we have recognized the miracle of bamboo, this wonderful plant, we recognize that it is showing us who and what we are. Because we know that the God in the bamboo is the same God that is within us. The spirit that calls that piece of bamboo to rise up higher and higher is the same spirit that is calling us to rise up higher and higher and to grow and to be examples so that someone will preach the word about us and say, be like him, be like her, for they are the example of possibility on the earth. Oh, I am so grateful for these lives. I am so grateful for the miracles that they are and the miracles that they will be and the miracles that they will manifest in and as their lives. We stand here now letting go of that old question, are we there yet? And we speak unto ourselves and remind ourselves that we are just like the bamboo. That we have roots that we are nourishing and allowing to nourish us and feed us. That we have roots behind us, underneath us, that are working in the unseen realm, supporting us to grow tall and strong. We remember that there is something that supports us even when we cannot see it. And that is what gives us the confidence to move forward. That's what gives us the confidence to take a risk. That's what gives us the confidence to say yes to the task that seems daunting. That's what gives us the confidence to go forward into that new opportunity. That's what gives us the confidence and the assurance to let go of that thing that does not serve us. That's what gives us the confidence to stand tall and strong and say, I am worthy. That is what gives us the confidence to ask for exactly what we want. That is what gives us the confidence to desire exactly what we want. That's what gives us the confidence to change any area of our lives that we desire to change. We recognize our power today. And we recognize our possibility today. And so this week we are going to move from that awareness. I bless and speak words of love over each and every person in this room and within the sound of my voice. I release these words in love and expectation back into you, for you are the cause. Back into you, for you are the how. And to these words, we all say, amen, amen. Ashe. Ashe. And so it is. So it is. Yes, yes. Thank you, God.